And hello, everyone. This is Tom, and this is FANzine Live. I am so excited to share with you in our Phoenix Spotlight the Accelerator story, the first story that we did with Accelerator in Heroes Now, that we did in a special artist edition digest size comic. And as you can see, after 20 years, the return to comics of Teri Sue Wood, who goes by Risa Shallender in her normal everyday life. But her pen name is Teri Sue Wood. And this was really cool. Teri had not been doing much in the world of comics. She had been doing some art. And I just figured on a whim I'd ask her if she wanted to draw this story, and surprisingly she said yes. And so she started sending me pages off of my script, and I was just blown away. I mean, you can see right here the level of detail and craft is just off the charts. And so I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a special edition of our story without any of the text balloons and captions and the like, so that the reader can truly appreciate all of Teri's art and not the stuff that I would be covering up. And we'll see that in Heroes Now #2 at a future date. But this one, I thought, let's shine the spotlight brightly on Teri's work and see if we could make something special out of it. So we did a pre-order on it. This actually is the most highly circulated or highly ordered issue of anything I've done since getting back into comics. Teri's got quite a following, I guess you could say, and it was really neat to be a part of it with her. So this is the active shooter story. Accelerator is the character and the artist edition. And as you can tell, she's basically the, the Accelerator character is basically a speedster. She's got some, I guess you would call it invulnerability. So like bullets bounce off her and that type of stuff. But basically she is what she is. From a story point of view, the fun challenge was taking what was back in the original Heroes Past, a teenager who was playing ball, gym class, and the like, going with her class to the Super Collider where she got zapped, and then she became the Accelerator. Going from that to taking her to the modern day, where she's basically an empty nest mom. And it was neat. It was really neat. So we're having some fun with that. So anyway, a little bit about Teri here. Our story thus far, talking about how she came back and intervened in a flood in Iowa. She's got the boots back on. She's now the Accelerator that we know and love. And you can see also I threw in a little bit of process work that Teri sent me. Kind of neat to see how the roughs turn into the full book. But you can see just gorgeous, gorgeous work. You got the media showing up as she returns home from Iowa. Meets with the media. Her son finds out that she's back at college. The son's at college. But then you can see the media discovers that something's going on. They all run away. This is actually Jen's mom who shows up. Jen it used to be Jen Warner. Now it's Jen Armstrong. because she married a guy named Armstrong. And mom shows up with nowhere else to go. And so they let her in. And basically it's, love you, honey, but I've got to go save the world again. And so she runs off, leaving her husband and her mom to handle things. But look at this. I mean, the vehicles are perfect. The buildings look great. The textures and the color, I guess shading, I should say, not coloring, spot on. Wonderful stuff done digitally by Teri here. And so kind of has her discussion with the cops to assess the scene. This is an old friend, apparently, that they kind of have a little conversation with. And then she goes in, and there is an active shooter in the school. And this teacher, I believe, was shot. She gets this one out, gets the lady out, then goes back in. And this was a great little section where the progression of her going from classroom to classroom to classroom, trying to find the shooter, and you really get a chance to see what she does with the kids. It's just incredible. I mean, the emotions and, you know, the abject fear on the face of these kids and the determination on Accelerator's face there, done in a slightly grayed out, almost like a duotone board type look. Really sharp. Okay, so running through the hall, finds the guy, teacher's shot, and the kid is, the shooter is a kid who was a friend of Jen's son. But the kid doesn't care. He shoots, and of course I told you about the invulnerability with the bullets bouncing off. That's not an issue for her. And then they realize who each other is. But he doesn't care at this point, and she's now running and using her ability to deflect bullets to protect the children and the teacher. And then finally she says, more or less, this thing's going to end and you're not going to win. You can't beat me. And then it hits and he realizes I can't. So then Accelerator gets the folks out of the room, and then they have the heart-to-heart, going through the sad story of what happened, a little bit of lost love, a little bit of rage, whole lot of internet, and he becomes an active shooter and finally gets him to give up, has him taken away. The media descends. She can't handle it. She runs away into the arms of her husband, and that's the end. Teri did a fantastic job. Oh, and a little bit of process art. You can see going from the roughs that we had earlier all the way up to some of the finished, I guess you would call it inks, though it's more just finished art because it's digital. Really nice stuff. And then she does a little thank you piece here. So this is the Accelerator Artist Edition. Very excited about this one. It was so neat to see Teri Sue Wood come back. I believe I've got this available digitally out on the Gumroad site, which you can get through our regular Linktree account. And I'll make sure all the links are at the bottom of the show notes. But yeah, this is it. Accelerator, Active Shooter Artist Edition. 20 years. Teri came back. It's really great. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you next time.